Hukum the Rule.
Six months had passed since the lion encounter. The training camp was long disbanded, and Ramses had returned to his family home in the bustling suburbs of Memphis, the golden trident of Manisa carefully hidden away. He trained relentlessly, not just with the standard spear and bow, but studying maps and the laws of the land, his father's words echoing in his mind. Not all battles are won with a killing blow. Meanwhile, the seat of power was a furnace of anxiety. Inside the richly adorned audience chamber of the pharaoh, a man known for his swift temper and divine decree, a dark tale was unfolding. The pharaoh Menitra sat upon his gilded throne, his expression a thundercloud under the royal Neem's headcloth. The chief courtier, a man whose normally confident demeanor was now etched with fear, voice barely a whisper. The reports, they are worse. The robberies continue, hitting not just the border settlements, but the wealthy town of Perhapi itself. Menitra slammed his fist on the arm of his throne. You are paid to bring me solutions, not increasingly distressing whispers. Tell me what you know of this insolent thief. His forehead nearly touching the polished alabaster floor. The pattern remains the same, divine one. He strikes swiftly, silently, and always at night. He takes only the most precious jewels and artifacts. Things that belong to the gods and to you, the people. They whisper terrifying tales. Tales? Of what? The pharaoh demanded. They call him the Darklord, swallowing hard. He wears full, black-covered cloth, concealing every inch of skin, and a mask fashioned after a human skull. His movements defy the laws of men. The guards are useless against him. A chilling silence fell over the court. The pharaoh's eyes narrowed, gleaming with outrage that such a petty mortal dare challenge his authority. Stealing from the pharaoh was stealing from the gods themselves. A skull mask, a shadow stealing the divine bounty. Menitra rose from his throne, his voice shaking the chamber. This insolence ends now. I care not if he is a man, a demon, or a god-spoiled child. I want his head on a spike at the gates of Thebes. Send the royal guard. Send the army. Offer a reward that would bankrupt a noble house. Find this Darklord and stop him, no matter the cost.
The royal court remained tense, the pharaoh Menitra packing like a caged panther, his anger still a palpable heat in the room. Irie, the chief courtier, though officially dismissed, lingered near the entrance, his mind racing to find a name, any name, that could placate his sovereign. The royal guard would fail, the Darklord was too elusive. He needed a legend, a miracle. Suddenly, a memory surfaced. A camp report, 6 months old, detailing an unbelievable act of courage in the wilderness. Irie rushed back towards the throne, prostrating himself again. Divine Pharaoh, forgive this intrusion, but a name has just occurred to me, a whisper of extraordinary fortune. Menitra stopped, fixing Irie with a cold stare. Another delay, Irie. Be quick, or the sun will set on your life as well as your words. No delay, your magnificence. A solution. 6 months ago in the Delta training camps, a miracle occurred. A young man, barely a soldier, faced a fully grown lion, a beast that scattered your finest recruits and drove it off without shedding its blood. He saved his father, Callum, your army trainer, with nothing but wit and a simple spear. Pharaoh Menitra's brow furrowed. A lion, a skirmish in the brush. What good is a boy who fends off a mere animal against a phantom wearing a skull mask? This boy, my lord, Irie insisted, raising his voice slightly, is named Ramses. His bravery is not born of brute strength, but of divine favor and uncanny foresight. The men who witnessed it say he moved like the god Horus himself. He knows the fear of a beast, be it lion or man, and how to command it. Irie pressed his advantage, playing on the pharaoh's belief in signs and legends. The Darklord hides in shadows, defies brute force. We need a light that shines where others fear to tread. We need one touched by fate, a youth unburdened by the failures of the army. If he could turn a charging lion, perhaps he can turn this tide of darkness. Pharaoh Menetra paused, slowly returning to his throne. He tapped his chin, his anger giving way to a calculating curiosity. The courtier was right. Conventional force had failed. A tale of a lion slayer, even an exaggerated one, would instill hope in the fearful populace. And if the boy failed, he was merely a boy. Ramses, the pharaoh finally pronounced, the name heavy with his authority. Son of Callum, a curiosity, a risk I am now willing to take. He pointed a commanding finger at Irie. Go, find this boy and bring him before me. Do not return until the Lionheart Ramses is standing in this very court. Tell him the Pharaoh Menetra has need of his unique courage. Tell him I task him with stopping the Darklord. Tell him to succeed or face the consequences of failure to the divine ruler. Irie bowed deeply, relief flooding his features. It shall be done immediately, my pharaoh. He backed out of the chamber, already issuing sharp orders to the guards. The fate of Egypt's treasures and perhaps his own neck now rested on the shoulders of a 17-year-old boy. The decree was made. Now the royal guard must find Ramses, and he must be ready to accept the pharaoh's impossible mission.